What's happening, YouTube family? This is STORMYBMAN coming back to you with another video. This time, the story is coming courtesy Alan Fox for Boxing 24. First of all, we want to shout out to LDBC, Lions Den Boxing Community, and New Media. Apparently, Kenny Porter, the trainer and father of Shawn Porter, Showtime Shawn Porter, has let it be known that we're going to say yes to a fight with Errol Spence, which would be a unification match between the WBC title held by Shawn Porter and the IBF, which is held by Errol Spence Jr. As we all know that Errol Spence Jr. just coming off of a unanimous decision victory over Mikey Garcia. The fight took place a couple weeks ago, and Errol Spence Jr. came out on top looking like the cream of the division. In the post-fight interviews, Manny Pacquiao was called into the ring to possibly promote the next fight, and most observers felt like Pacquiao was apprehensive about announcing right then and there that he would fight Errol Spence Jr. next. It appeared that Mikey was looking at the possibilities of it appeared that Manny, was looking toward fighting Mikey Garcia, but it didn't quite work out that way. Pacquiao released a poll to the fans several days later asking who they would like to see fight next, and he left Earl's name off of the list. So it kind of lets you know he really at this time has no interest in fighting a young lion. In the meantime, in light of the successful promotion of Earl's fight in Texas Stadium, Shawn Porter, who was ringside, got a first-hand account of all the possibilities that could be seen with this potential matchup with Errol Spence. And Shawn has made no bones about it that he'd be interested because he's chasing the bag. Well, honestly, he could have taken the fight with Errol after his win over Danny Garcia, and he elected not to. So he decided to take his number one contender challenger on your Dennis Ugas, and that fight turned out to be a little bit more than Shawn thought it might, with him gaining a majority decision over Ugas, whereas one of the judges scored it 117 to 112. So, 117 to 111. And Shawn won on cards that were 116 to 112 and 115 to 113. Very close. So Shawn realizes his time is probably limited at the top as the champion. He'll probably always be a perennial contender as long as he decides to fight in the division. However, Earl is the cream. So looks like he wants to auction his belts off to the highest bidder, of course. Now, that being said, Kenny Porter is talking about the love that they have for the Dallas area, and he's saying all the right things, trying to make it sound like they are willing participants at this time. But Earl is in the driver's seat, and he can decide on whatever he wants to do, whether it includes Shawn Porter or not. And it's not a duck move. It's more of a understanding of a power position now. There was a time when Earl was tapping at the door asking to dance with certain champions, and they were trying to freeze him out. Now it appears he has closed those lanes up, and everyone has to come to him. All avenues are pointing toward the IBF champion, and it's a great position to be in. If Earl fights next, he's looking for a possible date of June or July, and Manny Pacquiao is first on his list, and it's understandably so, because Manny is a name, and Manny will generate very much revenue in a matchup between champions and former champion. So it's like, why not go for that? In the meantime, Manny Pacquiao is also in somewhat of a power play because of his name, reputation, and status in boxing. If he does not opt to fight Errol Spence Jr., he still may be eyeing someone else, maybe even the likes of a Keith Thurman, who did not look very well in his last outing against Josecito Lopez. So Manny still has a little bit of leverage to operate from. Shawn Porter, in the meantime, will have to sit back and wait his turn, because he had a chance. He was invited to the dance. He sat one out. Now he has no idea when they're going to play his song, so he has to wait. I like that, because when he stood in the ring after his victory over Danny Garcia, and Errol Spence joined him in the ring, and he said, "Oh, there's no fear in my eyes, sir. There's no fear in my eyes." Well, guess what? You went the other way, buddy. And now you're on the outside looking in. You almost lost in your last match. Thurman, on the other hand, on the outside looking in, may be in a good position for a payday. But I'll say this, a fight with Pacquiao is not a guaranteed victory for him. His inactivity, loss of focus, lack of concentration, all seem to be a recipe for disaster. Sooner or later, this guy is going to either get stripped of his title or lose his title in the ring if he doesn't just go ahead and retire. So he needs to do something. As far as Errol Spence Jr., what a young fighter, what an upside, what a person to throw support behind, because he appears to be the goods and he is delivering so far. This is STORMYBMAN. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave comments, like, share, subscribe, and until the next time, we'll see you soon.